So, I just decided to do this. I've been following this game for a long period of time. I'm a fan of the Flat Out series, and I guess it started a while back when I caught a video of a new test for a new physics engine, and I'm sure some of you may have seen it. It was just a object striking a bunch of balls, in an environment, destroying them. And it progressed later on to include tires, and cars, and it was all on a white scape. And I'm sure if you looked it up online, you could probably find it. So even back then, it really intrigued me as to what the game was going to actually turn out to be. Now, some of you know that this game's been on Steam for the last 2 years, so the PC players have had a chance to play the game, and now it's finally come to PS4. So in order to prep for tonight's live stream, I took some time this afternoon, or actually rather this evening, and I played some of the different parts of the game. And what we're going to see in the live stream here is just the basics of the game and what the game has to offer. So let's just talk really. You got a garage, and of course you can have, multiple cars in here, but right now I have only two. This is a special pre-order car, the Bandit Viper. I've had to use it in taking off the paint job, but the rest of the stuff stays, and this car is pretty cool. This is the base car that you get is a Mustang, and I have edited that and changed the livery, which is available, and I'll show you that real quickly. So in here, this is your just basic paint shop, and there's different styles, colors, and layouts of the livery. Then there's different types of livery. Actually, let's go back here. Well, might as well show it all to you. I guess I screwed it up. These are the different liveries for this particular car. Go back to my original car. And, there's limits to it. It's not exactly what I would say detailed, but I just got the game, so, maybe there's some other ones available for it. I just haven't found it yet. So just giving you the idea of the liveries available. Now, the upgrades for the vehicle are pretty deep from what I see, and you have the engine, air filter, and other various type of components that you can use to upgrade your vehicle. You unlock access to these parts as you play the game. I've unlocked a few, basic stuff, and that helped me be a little bit more competitive. I haven't bought this yet. I don't really want to spend the credits, but why not? If you look up in the upper right-hand corner, it'll show my XP and my credits in my current level, which is level 5. And, of course, these parts, some of them, increase your performance. Then you have armor. And these are another thing that you unlock as you play the game. There's multiple types of bumpers and stuff like that. Roll cages to lighten it up or to make it more stiff. And then there's other additional parts that you can put on these to help your car survive side-end hits. Good thing to have. Now, I've seen a lot of the videos on this, with the YouTubers, and I gotta say, some of these guys just don't necessarily get it. Racing games have this kind of stuff, but if you really want to look into it, the main racing type in this game is called banger racing. This is primarily a European thing, and these guys are insane. Some of us know about enduro racing here in the United States, but these guys out there literally go around. Now, the idea is to race around the track, but yet at any moment they will totally sacrifice their car and drive full speed into the car in front of them, smashing them both into the wall, and essentially, most times, taking themselves out of the race. So, I don't get it. why they race like that. I mean, it's kind of like weird to me, but look it up on YouTube. It's highly entertaining. I mean, it's like a demolition derby that's going around in a circle, but the level of the degree of impact these cars sustain is just it's unbelievable. So as I've been talking here, I've been showing you on the screen the different parts upgrades for this particular car. And my understanding are there are a lot of other upgrades which are specific only to the particular car. So that's pretty much it for the upgrades on this particular car. And then of course you have the ability to tune your car. I mean, not a whole lot of tuning. There's not much depth here, but allows you to get your vehicle suited to what you like. Now, here's the marketplace, and this will show you all the cars in the game. You know what my opinion on this, it really depends on how you want to race. You want to choose a car that will eventually work with your style of driving. So, some cars will have some advantages. I mean, obviously, if you have a big tank like this car or this truck, you got a lot more armor than, one of the smaller cars, which is pretty obvious. But there are advantages. That car is more nimble, it's quick, you can get out of the way of the big thing, but your survival rate is very small. And then as we progress up through it, these other cars that are available, they all resemble cars that clearly that's a CRX, but seeing these old cars like this, I'm pretty sure that's a Volvo. Actually, I don't know what the hell that is. This is a Volvo station wagon, It's interesting to see the cars, and I mean, this is like a Toyota Corolla, like a 1970 something. And then you have something like this, which would be a tank, a 57 Chevy, clearly. And for those car aficionados, you will appreciate this. This is obviously an old Cutlass Supreme, 1970s car. Let's see. Oh yeah, this is a Ford station wagon from the 80s. Let's see. Oh, well, clearly that's a Camaro, 70s, late 60s, 70s Camaro. This is a Monte Carlo, Chevy Monte Carlo, late 70s. This is a Chevelle, 1967. Yeah, 67 Chevelle. This is a Jaguar XJS. I can't wait to unlock that car. Obviously a Nissan 240. I'm not sure what this is. This looks like a 38 Ford. I'm not sure. Well, this is most likely an Eclipse. Although it could be a Toyota. Actually, it could be a couple of them. Maybe a Nissan. And this is this looks like it's most likely a what do you call? Jeez, I can't even think of it right now. I don't know. But it's probably a mix of a couple of different years. It definitely has a Camaro look. It's probably an early Firebird, I would say, maybe a 73 Firebird. I think they're interesting cars for this type of game. It really is kind of cool that they have some selection. Of course, all those cars have upgrades available, like you saw with the first car. All right, enough of that. Let's go to do this now. I'll show the career thing. This obviously I just got the game, so there's a lot of unlockables. And as I mentioned earlier, this is made by the same people that made the Flat Out series. So being nasty to the driver is kind of a thing for anybody that knows the Flat Out game. I mean, they've literally had game modes where the object was to launch the driver of the car out of the vehicle to get points. So I think I saved this for the live stream to see the lawnmower deathmatch race. So this first screen gives you the basic overview of the event. In the lower left-hand corner, you see bonus targets, deal the most damage, wreck at least 5 mowers, 5 lawnmowers. Now, the reality is you could spend time trying to do this, but depending on how you're playing the game, it's actually pretty hard to get some of these bonus targets, unless you want to play just the target. I want to win. So the other things to do here is you can also set the damage to be normal, which is the basic, or realistic. I want the game on the highest level so I can enjoy it better. And obviously, I don't know if you get more points or not for it, but just prefer to run it at that level. So one of the things I don't like about the game, and probably probably the largest complaint right now, is it does take a while for the races to load. Again, this is certainly like some type of trade-off that you got to make. When you talk about the environment, 23 vehicles for the average race, you can set that in custom, which I'll show shortly. You know, I don't know, 30 to 40 seconds, I guess, seems a little bit longer than it really is. Now, with this kind of thing, it's a death match, so, you know, the idea is to survive. That's how you win. Deal the most damage, it says. So I had this set on amateur level, which is a higher level, but for the purposes of our live stream here today, I'm going to reduce it down to novice, because this game is pretty hard. And there's also an expert level. So I'm going to bring it down to novice. I have some of the basic controls, but you can adjust these controls to set your driving difficulty. And there's multiple choices here. I kind of like to do it my own way. I do like the fact that they have manual, clutch, and a full automatic. Now, the automatic is really a semi-automatic. You can downshift at any time. So I like traffic and stability control because I'm still learning the game. I'll probably turn that off once I get better in the game. And let me just do one other thing here because I'm not happy. The music volume is a little loud, and I think it may be stepping over my voice. I did find the audio when I first loaded up the game to be like totally blasting. So I would recommend changing that if you can, which is what I'm going to do now. You can see, I get a chance to see that. Unfortunately, I'm going to go all the way out. Now, as you can see, I have the music down to 20, but it seems so loud in my ears. So I left everything else. In-game music, I prefer to hear the audio, you know, the sound of the vehicles. So that's pretty much all the other change. The only other thing I changed was the speed unit. Here's the control setup for those that would want to know. But there is an enormous amount of tweaking you can do with this. See, I'm still listening to this, and it still sounds really loud to me. All right. Back to where we were. So I haven't done this yet, but I'm sure running over the bodies of other drivers might be interesting. So, you know, I mean, overall impression, sound-wise, you know, other than that minor complaint as far as the music, I think it's pretty good. The environment could be a little sharper, but again, certain trade-offs have to be made when you have so much going on in the environment, the physics and everything else that's going on here. Let's see how I do. Oh, just missed it. Oh! Now, if you've ever gone to a demolition derby, there is an advantage to traveling in reverse. And in a lot of cases, it's most preferable. Damn, this is harder than I thought it was going to be. Oh! Don't know exactly know how that happened, but that was cool. Ooh, I got another wreck. Yes. Look at this guy. He's got like no damage. Wow, that was a lot of damage. Oh, that's what happens. Alright, I guess I gotta respawn. So that's what everybody was doing. They were respawning. Nice. Oh! Damn, I would have definitely got a kill on that guy. Oh! Oh, this guy's body. Oh, that's so sick. Alright, I got 7 wrecks so far. I'm in first position, 5 seconds left. Uh, that's kind of interesting. Oh, I think I got a lawnmower for that. So, I mean, there are so many like little different types of things, and the one of the things I really gotta say that I give a hand to is they left the ability to play custom mode right off the beginning. I mean, I'm going to show you now. That was just one thing, but the custom event setup tool is unlocked day one, start of it. So you have access to all the tracks right off the bat to run any vehicle type you want, any mode. And I really got to give them credit for that. They're not locked. So I can take an opportunity and show some of you guys these tracks, and you get a chance to see them, and see how they run and how they play. Some of these you may have seen already in other people's videos. So we just did that one with the lawnmowers. As you can see, I unlocked it now. Yay! But I'm going to bring out my Mad Max car. Let's do it. Full-on event. Last man standing. 23 opponents. Make it clear day. Clear morning. Class A vehicles. Realistic damage. Let's leave it novice. Alright. So, I mean, as I was playing today, I mean, it just came to, it just seemed like a logical successor to Destruction Derby, a PlayStation 1 title that was just awesome. I mean, there's some things that could be compared to Grid or Grid 2 and the modes that they had, but I think that the destruction side of it is just really epic. What they did with the model of the vehicles and how many pieces can morph, how they can morph, their realism to that. I mean, many games have had destruction before, but it's just so well done here. So let's see how I do on this. I'm going to use a real demolition derby strategy and not drive straight into everybody at full speed. Like every YouTuber I've seen playing it on PC, they just run around the track, forward and expect to win. So, like with any demolition derby, it's about surviving. So, how much damage can you deal out and survive? Whoa. All time to go forward a little. Oh! You gotta get out of the middle. I'm just gonna become toast. Wow. And look, I was just in the middle of the track there for a second, and I nearly got totaled. Now, it doesn't hurt to let others run around the track a little bit, kill themselves, and then go in. Remembering that the idea is to survive. Now, these guys got much more health than me, so I'll run away a little bit. My car is totally messed up. Look at this thing. And then me and one other car. Oh. This guy's got a lot of health left. So it's just me and him. Let's see, what should I do here? Yeah, I think I need to hit him with my driver's side. I think that, yes, I won. Cool. Now, I'm not going to show the whole thing, but the replay in this game is pretty cool. So if we'll show you that, you can adjust the camera angles. See, up to that point, I really hadn't taken much damage. And here's where I take all my damage. I went into the middle. Look at that guy slam into me. Oh. Yeah, if you wade into the middle of that track, You might lose. If I didn't bail out when I did, I wouldn't have been able to survive even. It, That would give you an what my car was totally a mess. What it looked like from inside. Oh, I mean, it's pretty cool. So, I exit out of this, yeah. So, even though it's a custom game, you also gain XP along the way. So, I think that's pretty kind of cool that even though you're playing a custom game, you're not playing a career mode, you can still earn XP. So, I mean, that's good in the sense that you could, you know, earn XP and not actually ever get into the career mode. You just play, create an event and enjoy that. So let's try a different track. One with a little bit more space, maybe a figure eight. Let's try a figure eight. I'll use my regular car. Do I don't want to do that. Oh, I see why. Didn't accept the track. Oh, I'm like, why the hell won't it do that? I'll do this figure eight. Use my regular car. Banger race. Now, 3 laps is the default. On 3 laps, you're never going to have an intersection crash. Pretty much the same. You don't really start seeing intersections until 6 or 7 laps. I like to set it for a figure eight race on a track this big. You probably want to do it at least 10 laps. Even on short tracks, you would probably want to do it on at least 10 laps. So we'll leave the damage at realistic. I'm going to leave it at novice just for how, because I only ran like half of this track, so I don't know exactly how good it is with this car. So we'll give it a shot. Now, if you've been following this game on YouTube with the PC gamers, this track seems to be one of their favorites. So I'm curious to see how it'll be for us tonight. The heavier your car, the easier it is to spin out lighter cars. Well, duh. Well, nobody would say the Mustang is a heavier car, but I guess it's a good balance of speed and weight. So this is what I'm saying. It takes a little while for the race to load. We'll start last. I would suspect it's probably best to go around the outside, try and avoid the carnage as much as possible. Which would be true if you were doing this kind of racing in real life. Wow, that dude like just totally drove in my door. Yeah, I probably should have said the skill level at amateur. It was a little bit too easy, but we'll see how it is once the crossover starts playing a role. Like now? Oh! Wow. That was a big hit. Well, it's interesting to see that the AI cars are just like online players, using your car like a wall to get around the corner. Wow, I totally screwed up that corner. The other good thing about having a 10 lap race is that you got a chance to recover if you make a mistake. Or you get screwed over. Look at this. Wow. And I set this on novice. You imagine what it is on like veteran. Well, I only got 35% of my car left. Now, damage is set on realistic, so how is this guy here still even running? Look at that. Oh no! Shit. I did that, damn. Look at these guys. They'll just run right in the wall. This guy's got no health. Get out of here. Jeez. Well, maybe the way to play this game is to wreck as many cars as you can early on. It's sort of like you have to, predict what the AI car is going to do and try and be ready that they're going to try and wreck you. Oh, damn. Well, that's saying something for the skill level. I mean, it's set on novice, and you can see what happened. And I'm pretty good at driving games, so it's pretty shocking to see me get totaled out like that and get knocked around like that. So, in order to collect the XP points, you do have to finish all the way out. Let's try a different track. I like these crossover tracks. I just don't know which ones have them. Oh, this one does. Ooh, it also has a flag race. Gotta try that. Now, my local racetrack by my house is similar to this, where it's a small, figure eight course within an oval. So, this kind of track I'm kind of used to. So, see how it runs on this. I don't know. Maybe the AI is a little bit too aggressive and just like everybody crashing and not caring about their car at all. But as I said earlier, that's what the banger racing is about. So if they're staying true to that style of demolition derby racing, I guess reckless abandon, just smash into everybody and see if you survive. Now, it's funny when you watch the ones in real life on YouTube, you'll see cars are pretty messed up. Not like that you see here in the game, but you can see cars that are like running around with two wheels, still trying to get around the track. Alright, difficulties on novice. No, my local track is not like this. And that's one thing you got to keep aware, you know. Using the brake is not always a bad thing. Oh! Well, I'm at lap 5. It's a pretty small track, so 5 laps before we had some real crossover issues. Well, even though I'm running novice, you can see this guy is right on my butt. Oh! That's going to be interesting to see in the replay. I think second place just got taken out. No, I got taken out. Oh my God, get out of the way. Look at this. 16th position. Now, if you notice, the groove on the track is actually developed with skid marks and all that, which I also find is pretty cool. Look at this freaking car in front of me. It's got like no front end. Somehow it's still getting around the course. Look at these guys. I had to hit the brake though. They would have run me into the wall. So even on novice level, finished in fourth. So let's finish this up and try a different mode. Now, I thought that was pretty cool. That was interesting. And you know what? Even on novice mode, I like the fact that it's hard. I mean, I'm sure as you unlock tougher cars and you upgrade your car, it'll be easier to win those type of races. So let's try something different. Let's select a different type of car. Let's try. Oh, I saw earlier, it looked like you could choose another car other than your own. As you can see, there are a lot of different cars here. See if I can find what I was talking about earlier. Now, this is a short Circle 8 track. As you can see, many of the tracks have multiple configurations. Oh, that one looks like Monza almost. And these are all road courses. There's clearly room for more of them here. As you can see, most of them are directional differences, but some of them have multiple routes. Let's try. We just did that one. Stunt tracks, which are always cool. Oh, there it is. What I've been looking for. So do this as figure 8, and then options. Here's the different vehicles we have. We'll try motorhome, school bus, sofa car, super van, I don't even know what that is. Big rigs, and then there's the car classes. Special vehicles, mix, derby cars, mixed, double-decker bus, double-decker cars, harvesters, lawnmower. Let's try the motorhome. Change the damage to normal. Make it a banger race. It's a figure 8, so I don't want the lawnmower. What the hell? Let's see if it comes up lawnmower or motorhome. Now, as much as I've seen this game, I don't think I ever saw a video on a motorhome. I saw the school buses. That's kind of predictable on a track like this. I mean, I think the figure 8 corners are a little bit too tight because you have to slow down so much just to get to negotiate the corner. Oh. And look, I'm on a goddamn lawnmower. Why am I on the lawnmower? I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I go through it? Nah, I don't want to do it with a lawnmower. I guess because I haven't unlocked the motorhome yet. Maybe that's the reason why. Alright. I'll tell you what, let's do some racing. Should I come out of this, go into the career mode for a while? So I completed this. This was only one race. I haven't done this yet, so it will let me do it. As you can see, there's a lot of different races to go here. Let's try this. Alright, lower left hand corner, bonus targets. Cause at least $1,000 of damage. That shouldn't do it too hard. And spin out 3 guys. Alright. Alright, so this is Crash Canyon. You know, basically this is, you know, running straight at one another. And it's not too hard to spin out 3 people here. And again, I've seen YouTubers like have like major problem understanding what this race is. And I'm like, dude, it ain't that friggin' hard. But, oh no, what do I do here? Oh, can I get these cars to spin out? I'm like, my God. Have you ever played a racing game before? We'll leave it on novice. Yeah, I know some of you out there like Gray Fox and Ratchet will say that's cheap for me to play on novice, but this game is hard. It's not all that easy. And I know they're going to say, yeah, as I wind up at first on the first lap from last. See, I mean, on novice, that was just a little too easy. But, you know, I mean, I only won by 2.5 seconds. Not even. Second and a half. Oh, I'm sorry. 5 seconds. So I guess novice is just not good enough. A little bit too easy for me. Especially on some of these racing modes. Alright. Oh, that was like a heat race. Well, I hope that was $1,000 worth of damage. I'm reasonably sure I didn't do enough damage to really hurt myself that bad. Nah, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get to spin out 3 cars. Or at least I think I'll have one bonus. Honestly, I have no idea where the finish line is. I would assume it should be here. So overall, I gotta say, I like it. Do I think it was worth $60? Well, I don't know. You're supposed to be able to unlock 20 additional cars in the game from that. I haven't seen that yet. Um, but you got to look at the base version of the game. It's $35 on PSN Store. There's a lot of content for that money. So I think it was worth it. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm just starting to, you know, kind of grasp, how to play the game, to really understand it. Um, I mean, it's more than just going out there and crashing the other guy in front of you. Although that's part of it, and some of it, obviously, in Demolition Derby stuff, yeah, that's the whole point. But I mean, I think the AI is really, spot on, and even playing it on novice level, having some challenges, saying something. So, I'm saying, at $35, is it a racing game? Yeah. I mean, there's some, customizable things to do with it where you can enjoy it. Look, is it Gran Turismo? No, but it doesn't try to be. And, there's something to say for that. I mean, sometimes you want to go out and race and you want to be really precise and hit every corner and try and, increase or, make shorten your lap time every time you go around the track. And I enjoy that to some respect. But there's times where I don't really necessarily want to play by the rules, or I want to, take it. Rubbing is racing. I mean, that's really how anybody that has raced online with me knows I kind of live by that. I mean, I think that I think there's something to be said for this game for having fun and not worrying about trading paint with the car next to you. And in fact, that could lead to some hysterical shit. I mean, look at this guy's car, man. It's totally screwed. So this is the final score of 6 laps. My car's got 96% health, and I'm doing fine. I got 5-second lead now. Now you notice the track has gotten rutted. That's, like an interesting touch. There's so many games that, have come out, driving games, where, they have that, but the ruts don't last the whole race, or they're not really true to what's actually happening in the game. But in this, they pretty much are. So, I mean, I see tracks that I laid because of the way I go around the corner is different than when computer goes around the corner. Oh, that was a big wreck. Guy's got no front tire. Somehow he's making it around the track. My lead is 8.7 seconds now. I do like the fact that their automatic transmission is really a semi-automatic, and you don't have to worry about upshifting, but it allows you to downshift. And on dirt tracks, being able to apply that power really matters. And if you just let the thing downshift on its own, you're gonna lose. It takes so long before it'll downshift. So having the ability to kick it down is really good to have. That was very cool. I haven't looked at the leaderboards to see what that says. See if any friends? No friends yet have this game. 33-11. I could probably catch that. I mean, do I even appear? Yeah, you gotta be in the 33s to be in the top 100. Yeah, but who knows if this car is like fully, upgraded. I have like no upgrades on this car. I just have the basics. So overall, I would say my impressions are I think it was worth the money I spent. I think it's worth 35 bucks for sure. Now I think we'll wrap up here at the last part of the segment just with the online multiplayer and see what that looks like. I haven't been on that yet. I was talking to Gray Fox the other day, and he thinks it's a shit show, and he's probably right. But let's go check that out. We'll try it out together. Hmm, interesting. Well, being that the game just came out, the advanced copies came out today, and the game doesn't actually come out till tomorrow. Sure, there's not a lot of server population, but I do know there's a lot of people that are interested in this game. It was on Steam for so long because initially it was crowdfunded, from what I read. So I think there'll be solid. There was solid buzz in the PC community about it, and I think once it gets going here for PlayStation, if they market it a little bit better, it'll be a good game here. I mean, it's got heavy competition. It's going against Need for Speed. The new game is coming out. I'm not sure of the date, which has some real interesting stuff that they've done with the customization and the game itself. They brought back car chases, well, police chases. But I gotta say, I admit I was talking to Possessed, the TLM member, the other day, and he's like, well, if you can't drive the police cars, what's the point? And I have no idea, so I'm just gonna say set. Let's see, I guess I can use my regular car. Yes, I can. These are like some unlockable cars, and I'm happy with that. Alright, demo derby. Let's see how it goes. You don't want to get caught in the corner. That's a serious no-no. Oh, come on. This guy's hardly moved. Well, I'm not really doing very well here, I can tell. I'm in 11th position. I got no wrecks. Oh, finally got a wreck. See, I finished in 3rd. Not bad for my first time. 3.1 rack ratio. Not cool, Aaron XP there too. So, alright. Figure 8, it looks like no, it's just gonna be demo. It's gonna be demo, I think. But yeah, I mean, the online looked pretty good. I didn't see a lot of rubber banding. And it's cool because when you like really slam somebody, you feel it in the controller, and it's kind of interesting how you feel it. Wow, look at this guy's ping. Pretty long time in between I don't know what the friggin' plane is we're listening to. That's pretty annoying. There it starts again. What the hell is that? Oh, it's a drone. Wow, the reset takes forever. Second, yay! That was a tough one. So it looks like these are all demo derbies. So I'm going to do one more and then I'm going to back out and bring this stream to an end. A lot of people are changing to the Bandit Ripper. So, I mean, this is pretty long queue. 100 seconds. That's a pretty long time, over a minute and a half, to log into a game. Granted, you have to sync up, so many different people. I can understand that. With some of these people ping rates in the 700s for crying out loud. I hope they kick, people like that. Wow, we look pretty set far apart here. Wow. Damn. Not doing so well this time. Damn, I thought that guy was still on the track. Yeah, I don't think I finished very well there. Fifth, yeah. No, I gotta admit, it's not bad. I had just the limited boats, I think, at this point. So, all in all, I gotta say, I'd probably give it a good 7.5 out of 10. Um, there are games that have done the racing better, but I gotta say, the physics in this game are pretty epic. And, I mean, I can't remember any game recently that has come even close to the type of destruction damage to the vehicles themselves. So, all in all, my first impression is a solid buy. So, till next time, this is Rocket Rob, and I will see you guys out on the battlefield.